we have here the Milwaukee Rotary Tool in their M12 line. That's the C12RT. And I've had this in my shed for a couple of months now. Used it for a few different things, mainly with the cut-off wheel that it comes with. But a rotary tool can do a heck of a lot of things. Can get into some really small spaces. We're going to tell you about a few of the specs and a few of the jobs that you can do with this. This is part of our auto mini-series. I'm talking about mechanics tools, but this tool is not just for mechanics, it has a very wide range of potential users. Yeah, it's got a massive range. For starters, guys, the first thing straight up I would say is it's 600 grams with a battery, 614 with a 1.5 I think it was, 1.3 amp hour battery in it. So I really like the fact that it's tiny, only 240mm long, plus your little manual and your accessory on it. But for 600 grams, it is a beast. And it does cover cutting, grinding, sanding, so many different options. It's really cool. It's got a variable speed dial here, so it's got 6 different speeds on it, but it's just a continuous dial. 5,000 through to 32,000 RPM, which for this is an absolute banger. I really think it's good. I think I've got a Dremel Multi Pro 240 volt. That's 37,000 RPM. So for this to be 32, it's cool. Yeah, and I actually think that the power of this is actually pretty much up there with an electric Dremel. I mean, the market's flooded with Dremel tools. They were the ones who kind of really made rotary tools popular. Well, they've owned it for a while, haven't they? But I mean, if you are on the M12 line, why would you go out and buy a dedicated Dremel? Or especially a cordless one, which doesn't have the guts that this has. When you can add this to your M12 line, or use this as a good excuse to get on to the Milwaukee M12 line, which is enormous. Yeah, absolutely. As Dwayne, he sort of used it a fair bit today and was sort of showing that you could get into those sort of dark, dingy places. It doesn't have an LED on it, which I hadn't thought of before, but you can actually get into those spots. But also, I used it for a bit of timber, because I'm more timber-based. A few applications where I actually held it down almost like a pencil. And it's a light, balanced tool where I can actually just work along with the drum sanding attachment. Really easily. So it's moulded nicely. It's easy enough to do. Yeah, that's right. So you're going to be able to get into your engine bay, get to some tricky burrs or welds to kind of nip them back if you need to. Yeah, if you're doing mods in the boot or even underneath, and you've got brackets where you just want to buzz the edge off or something like that, this will do it well and truly. Yeah, that's right. We also did some sanding. It's got a little drum sanding type of attachment. We've got it here. This is part of a little, just a 50-piece Dremel kit that I just picked up at the local hardware store. The Milwaukee Rotary Tool will take bits anywhere from 0.8mm to 3.2, which means it's very flexible in terms of the accessories that you can buy for it. Most people are familiar with Dremel stuff. That's what I got, and one of the things I got in it was this little drum sander, mini one, and that was really quite useful for sanding off the edges and the inside of carvings or cutouts and cutouts and stuff. That was in some Merbu, so pretty hard timber. And it did quite well. Yeah, it didn't load up too much and sort of drop its RPM. The really cool one was the corrugated iron. So when we did corrie, we know that it could be a panel on a car, sheet metal, anything like that. It buzzed through the corrie really quick. Now we know that you're not supposed to be grinding and cutting colour bond and then leaving it out. We know you're supposed to cut it, but certain applications require you just to get the job done. And installation boxes, or like I said, car panels or something in the boot. It went through it really quick, which I think at 32,000 RPM allows for exactly that. But it had the torque to back up that speed as well. When we cut the copper pipe, copper pipe in itself, a neon copper pipe, it's not hard drawn, will actually, it doesn't gum up, but I don't know, it will draw on the tool a little bit. It's not an easy material. No, it's not the easiest, so it went really well with that. We didn't have any big dramas with it. No, that's right. Dwayne will show you the little tool that it comes with as well. So this is the tool that it comes with. It's got a little spanner for releasing and tightening up your collet. And it's also on the other end got your essentially a little flathead screwdriver for undoing the mandrel bit at the end. Now, two things to say about that. One is they're a bit small and annoying to use, and the other is I've got no spot to put it on the tool, so I wish they'd found a little...
Probably nice to have a little slot somewhere.
Yeah.
Not sure exactly where, but...
Having said that, this one's basically just going to get thrown in the drawer and left there, because as soon as I got it, I went, I want a dedicated spanner for that.
It's got a spanner already for it.
So I've got a little 3/8 spanner, throw it in with the in the drawer.
Yeah, and 3/8 fits it perfect. You actually got a bit more to grab onto. Yeah.
Yep. So that's my only real complaint, which is a very small thing, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything negative to say about that.
No, and it's got your basic stuff on it, which we like. Standard on-off switch. It's got your variable speed, as we said there.
Yeah.
It has got your little fuel gauge, which on all the M12 series, I think on a lot of the 10.8 type volt stuff, have got it. I love it. Just put a battery gauge on stuff. I like it.
That's right. Yeah, you said 10.8 volt because that's what M12 is.
Yep.
But Milwaukee call this an M12 line.
Yes.
And as far as I know, all of their M12 tools have a battery indicator on it.
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah, they do, yeah. So obviously you got your lockout button there, so it locks your collar in, and then undo it.
Oh, tell us about the
cool little thing here. You'll actually be able to spin off this little black plastic piece here, and it's threaded underneath.
Yep.
Now, I don't think Milwaukee do the attachments themselves.
I don't think so.
But Dremel and the likes and other companies, they have basically like guides. So when you've got spiral cutters and stuff that you want to just be able to whack into a plaster wall or MDF or whatever you want, and actually just spiral cut stuff out, these have little shrouds that you can actually put over it.
Yeah.
Different companies have got plunging ones for router accessories, all that sort of stuff. So even though Milwaukee haven't got it themselves, they are allowing for that, which I love.
Really nice.
Yeah. And again, it is really the right sort of size and weight and balance to be able to use it that way and actually just work your way around carvings or whatever.
I like that Milwaukee have looked after their users in that they've provided this tool to the range.
Yep.
But they're not getting into the accessories for that yet.
Yeah.
So they've made it available. So they've made the tool so that it's going to work with all the accessories you're going to find out there, the common ones.
Well, it's looking after us. It's looking after the buyer, the consumer, whatever you want to call it.
It's not some proprietary stuff that you can't find anywhere.
Yeah.
You're going to get this anywhere you want. So really like that.
We really enjoyed it, guys. It's got a really wide-ranging amount of applications.
Yeah.
So we can't sit there and say it's good for this. It does stacks of crap.
That's right.
It's really cool.
So you can get this obviously with the 1.5 and the 2 amp hour slim batteries. That's what we've been using it with.
Yep.
But there's also nothing stopping you putting a high capacity 3 or 4 amp hour M12 battery on it.
Yeah.
You're just going to get longer run time.
Yep.
It doesn't really add much weight at all to this tool.
I can't help myself using these all the time because you get so much time out of them with so many tools.
Yeah.
But that does it make it a bit more stable, and if you're under a car or something like that and you don't want to be going to crap or out.
Yeah, you can stand it up.
Yeah, use it.
So that's really cool. So anyway, that's the C12RT.
Yep.
Milwaukee have their standard 5-year tool, 2-year battery warranty on it, which is obviously really good for a power tool.
Yeah.
And
it's another super addition to what is becoming a massive, or it is the biggest, I think, biggest 10.8 range.
Oh, easily.
So they've just got so many tools out. Yeah. You're not going to be left in the dark if you're on this platform. You go, oh, but I really like that tool. Probably already got it. If not, I reckon it's coming.
I've got plumbing tools and also like really specific tools, heaps and heaps of them.
Yep.
So anyway, I really like that. That's nearly the end of our M12 Auto series now. We've still got the fuel wrench to do, and probably the fuel drill as well.
Yes.
But anyway, we've been really enjoying looking through these, and mechanics and auto, panel beaters, all sorts of guys.
Yeah.
Have a look into the M12 range.
Yep.
So anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like what we do, and let us know what you think.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.